30 and pause it there. And then we'll resume at 1x speed. I'm sorry guys. So yeah, it's 1 minute. It's 1 minute 30 right now. So I hope you're there because we're going to resume the game. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resume. So 1 minute 31, 1 minute 32, 1 minute 33, etc., etc. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Take a look at the size base. He's building an Ancient of War on top, and building an Ancient of War on top because it's much less likely to get harassed by ghouls or acolytes. When you're doing a tavern build, you always get 2 or 3 archers out before you start your creeping, and if he had a ghoul there or something and he pulled the creeps, it would have been really bad for that Ancient of War. And Sai is now pulling the creeps with his archer, using a wisp, and he's getting a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. And he's doing this because the Forest Troll Shadow Priest has a spell called Abolish Magic, which will dispel all negative buffs from a unit, and it also has the power to dispel some summoned units, in this case the skeleton warriors, which can be summoned by the Rod of Necromancy from the Death Knight for some more effective harassment. So good there for Sai, and he killed a sheep. But if the Death Knight, I don't know if the Death Knight will notice. The Death Coil goes off. Thing you have to do when you're playing against undead, or when you're creeping, always wait to the very last moment. Okay, here goes Abolish Magic 1. Abolish Magic. Not just focus down on the other skeleton. When you're playing against undead and he wants to steal your creeps using the Death Coil spell, you always want to delay your last attack, or like make it seem that you're going to kill the unit, but actually leave it with enough HP to lure the undead player into thinking that he can steal the creep with a coil, and then he coils and he just damages the creep and doesn't kill it, so he doesn't get the EXP and the gold. And some good harassment, I guess, here by Ted, but the Death Knight gets focused and loses quite a bit of HP, and also has no Death Coils left to steal the final creep, so Sai can finish this one off. He doesn't coil for some reason. He got there, but he didn't coil it. But whatever. You should always keep the mana of the Death Knight in check when it's low. You shouldn't have to fear about it death calling your creeps away or whatever. You can just creep freely. And good item here for the Dark Ranger, boost speed, enabling it to chase down ghouls or whatever units the undead may have. You can chase them down really fast, and it's great. Great item drop over there. It's a bit better when you creep the mercenary camp fast with your demon hunter, but I guess in this case it's okay as well. Gloves of Haste going. Dark Ranger at level 2.8, I guess 2.7. It wants to level 3 as quickly as possible, and Ted is opting for a fast expansion, which I don't know if that's that big of a good idea. I don't know if it has been scouted by Sai yet, but what I can definitely tell is that it's easily harassable by lots of the dark minions being summoned here by Sai, being written from the grave by Sai. And over here is just the 3 ghouls of Teddy Bear won't be able to do much here, and he's building a Tree of Life near the mercenary camp, and he's building it over there because the other spot is really obvious to scout, even though this has become the most popular spot to build Trees of Life at, but it's also really it's also well defendable because it's near the mercenary camp. You can get some mercenaries there quick to dispel. Let's say if you were to come with some skeleton warriors, you could buy an additional Forest Troll Shadow Priest and just abolish them, and perhaps buy him enough time to be able to fend off the harass and prevent the undead from killing his tree. So therefore, that's the reason why the Tree of Life is being built over there, and you can just simply walk it over to any spot you desire. So it doesn't really matter if you build it over there. You won't be able to entangle the mine immediately. It just takes some extra time, but it's definitely the more cautious way to expand, which
basically improves the success rate of your expansion a lot. And right now, our Antis Sunbow is just trying to get some as much creeping done as possible. It's also a great thing about the Dark Ranger is not only that the skeleton war, the dark minions will be able to you will be able to harass really effectively with the dark minions, but you also able to creep really effectively or really quickly with all these dark minions. So great hero to have, especially on a map like this with lots of low-level creeps which are easily killable and produce dark minions from death. It was like a map like I don't know, with lots of ogre magi and lots of high-level creeps with lots of HP. It wouldn't have been a great idea to go Dark Ranger over there. So 3-5 is walking over. It's going to be Rooted soon, and Sai picking up Penner and Brewmaster, and Teddy Bear is going for gargoyles on this map. And I don't know if gargoyles are generally the best choice to play against the Dark Ranger, but on the other hand, skeleton minions do deal extra damage against fiends. But Ghoul Garg, I don't know. Ghouls, lots of skeletons. I think fiends are a better option to play against the Dark Ranger, especially since usually with the Dark Ranger you will see a lot of ranged units played by the Night Elf. You won't see that much melee units as in Druid of the Claws or something. So in general, the undead won't be able to harass as well with the gargoyles, which I think is the main power of gargoyles. Overall, they're not that awesome of units in combat, but they are awesome for harassment, and that's not really possible when you're playing against the Dark Ranger. So I think it's not the best choice of strategy here by our little teddy bear. And now the harassment is coming. Sai is simply harassing with some skeleton minions while creeping the lower creep camp to get even more skeleton minions. And well, he's just going to creep as fast and as much as possible. He's grabbed a lot of the creep camps on the map, especially the center creep camps on this map are really important. If you have control over the goblin merchant, it's really good, and the ogre magi at the marketplace drop some awesome items as well, so that's also something you should creep. And right now Sai's got plenty of skeletal minions already, so he isn't focusing the ghouls down. He's just deciding to focus the Death Knight down and force Teddy Bear to go back. And right now there's a lot of dark minions, and there's only one spirit tower and one frost tower, so there's a lot of damage that Sai should be able to do here. He can kill either a lot of acolytes, kill some gargoyles, kill some ghouls. This isn't a good fight for Ted at all. And really nice focusing here of the gargoyles by Sai. When you're fighting battles like these, you will have to be able to split up your attention. What you usually see novice elf players do, and I often find myself doing as well, is that when you're playing elf and playing with a lot of ranged units, you often tend to switch your focus to one target. But if it's possible, there are always some units who are in range of a target and some who aren't. And if it's really good if you are able to focus the units that aren't in range of that target to another target that they might be able to kill. So, for example, if a lot of dryads are in a cluster, and some of them would be able to hit a gargoyle, and some others would be able to hit a ghoul, it would be worth it to split up the fire of the dryads rather than putting them in one group with having a few of them running around without a cause, basically. So at this fight, well, Sai managed to do a lot of damage, but now it's getting too hard for him to fight off against the Cold Tower and the Spirit Tower, so he's deciding to relocate the fight. He's not quite fighting completely. He's not going back completely, and some damage is going off. Yeah, now the Dryad is going down. Pretty sloppy micro there by Sai. I don't know why he didn't decide to
to move those away, and he's still at tier 2. He's pretty low on lumber. On the other hand, Dryads cost a shitload of lumber. They cost 60 lumber. So